Hey, this is Tim. Welcome to the channel. On this video, we're going to talk about should you give up your low interest rate? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tim Koviak. I'm a licensed loan officer. Before we get into this video, I want to let you know what this channel is about. We talk about mortgage rates, buying investment properties, first-time home buyers, leveling up, excellent credit, all that good stuff. If you like those type of topics, consider subscribing to this channel. Now, what we're going to talk about today is should you give up your low interest rate?
Oh my
Now,
God!
we know during COVID 3 years ago, we had historically low interest rates, and it was a refinance boom. And believe me, I was a part of it. I was helping people lower their payment, take money out, all types of refinances. And they all had those low interest rates. But now, fast forward, rates are even higher, more than double they were before. And a lot of you are considering, well, should I give it up? Because think about it. You probably want to downsize, or you want to buy a bigger home, or you may want to refinance, and you're like, man, I may never see this rate again. Should I give it up? And on this video, I'm going to help you determine that. I'm going to give you the truth. And honestly, I'm not just going to tell you to give up that rate if it doesn't make sense. But we're going to talk about it, okay? So let's get into the presentation. All right. So should you give up your low interest rate? That's what we're going to talk about. Now, there's only really two ways you can give up your interest rate. There's only two ways you can do that. You can even give it up by selling your home or refinancing your home. Those are the only two ways you can lose your interest rate, okay? Now, there are some more, maybe if you do a loan modification or something like that, but these are the two main ways, okay? You can either sell your home or refinance your home, okay? Now, it really depends, okay? It depends on whether you should give up your low interest rate. And the factors that it depends on is your goals. Like, what is your goal? Are you looking to downsize? Are you looking to buy a bigger home? I mean, that's what it depends. Are you looking to buy investment property? Like, what are you looking to do? Do you need to do home improvement, consolidate debt? It really depends on your goals. So start with your goals. The second thing, it's equity. Do you have equity in your property? Because if you're sitting on equity in your property, that's money you could use to improve your life how you see fit. Also depends on timing. You know, can you afford to wait? Can you make things work until maybe rates come down a little bit? Or do you have to downsize? Or do you have to move or something like that? And then the biggest thing is the payment. What would your payment be if you give your lower interest rate? A lot of people don't even know what the payment would be, and they're automatically thinking that it doesn't make sense. Well, how do you know that? Unless you ran the numbers and know the payment, then you don't know if it makes sense to give up that rate or not. But that's what you should start with, your goals. What is your goals? Do you have equity, your timing, and then the payment? And that's what you should do when you're considering giving up your low interest rate. Now, I want to show you something really quick here. Can you see this? Okay, I think you can see this. Okay. So a client, this is actually a real example. A client has a mortgage in California for $511,000. He paid $3,400. He also has some loans. These could be student loans, personal loans, installment loans, about $1,200, and then revolving, which is credit card debt, $500. So his total household budget on the credit report is $5,266. Now, what if he took the $68,000 plus $14,000 and rolled it all into his mortgage? If he does that and his total household is under $5,200, then I would say it makes sense. But if he, rolled this into the first mortgage and this payment was higher than the $5,200, then it doesn't make sense. Then that's a simple way you can determine whether you should refinance or not. you should say, hey, pay off these things, whether it's a car, credit cards, and then look at your total payment, okay? Now, for purchase, it really depends. If you're looking to buy another home, like I said, if you have equity, you can put a large down payment. You could also pay off some debt and have some money for a rainy day fund. And that could make sense. And if you're downsizing and put a large payment, even with the higher rate, it depends on the payment. So you really have to run the numbers. So whether to give up that low interest rate is really a personal decision. Like I said, it comes down to your goals. It comes down to your payment and the numbers. And sometimes the only way to find out is to call up the lender or call up a lender, have them run your credit and apply for credit. And the lender will have 3 days to send you all the documents. You can review the documents, see your payment, and then see if it makes sense. Same thing if you're looking to purchase. You get pre-approved. And you say, hey, I'm looking to get pre-approved. I may sell my home for X amount. I may have this much profit. And they could calculate that into your payment and give you an idea what your payment will be if you get pre-approved. But a lot of people are just assuming that if they buy another home, that they're going to be paying more, they're going to be in a worse spot. And you don't know that until you run the numbers. But if you have more questions about giving up your low interest rate, comment below. Now, in some situations, it makes sense to stay put. In some situations, if it's $100, $50 more, but if accomplish your goals, whether it's a bigger home or a smaller home or a nicer area, then it makes sense to do that. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have more questions, comment below, and I will get back with you. Thanks so much. I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks.